There you go.
Hey, everybody, this is Dr. J. Spike, Professor Spike, and Dr. June, Dr. Arjun.
Wanted to keep you on your toes.
Exactly. I like it. I like it.
Streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather was quite nice, beautiful.
Yes, indeed.
How was it in Oakland, Arjun?
I'm a broken record. It's 72 and sunny.
Oh, that's
Right.
great. Really great. Now, you, Spike, you said you did not like Frisco. What was your reasons?
Oh no, I love San Francisco. I just didn't like Berkeley.
Oh, you just didn't like UC Berkeley.
No.
Yeah, Berkeley's an acquired taste. It can take years to acquire it, though.
Right. I ran out screaming.
Okay. Yeah, because I have friends and relatives in Frisco. They seem to like it, except for the proliferation recently of bums. A lot of bums in the street.
They were complaining that their dogs actually liked the smell of the poop they were putting in the bushes. So it was making their dogs rambunctious.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big problem.
Chigley has been picking stocks up on the cheap, turning them around for a profit.
Right.
Oh, Dermtech, very nice.
You should be doing the show.
Yeah, Jiggly's been really red hot. He picked up some. What did he pick up the other day? Avidel. I don't know if he turned that around. He's been doing good.
And I didn't listen to you about PlaySafe, so I got kicked.
Well, PlaySafe didn't do particularly fare well on its first earnings report, so I'm sorry, Cabinet Guy, and I'm sorry, Spike. Sorry you took a hit, but you know those are the breaks with earnings. You know that's why I hate to be in it for earnings if I'm a trader,
Right.
because they could go either way. And the chart clearly showed that it could go either way. I reviewed the chart on 1 minute short. Maybe I'll even show that 1 minute short.
Yeah.
Show.
It gave us a little bit of a fake out yesterday.
Yeah.
Because you know, well, I do listen to you. I don't necessarily follow you, but I do listen to you.
Yeah, well, you know, you're not deaf.
No, but I could be dense. I could be dense sometimes. Just ask my wife.
Dense is different than deaf.
Okay, fair enough.
Man says it's a ping pong day. Well, Man, I made money today, so I'm happy.
Me too.
Well, how did you do on Roblox? Or Roblox, whatever that was.
I never bought it.
Oh, because it went up 20% today.
You just bought it for your kid, but you didn't, or for your grandkid?
I forgot to buy it for them.
Oh, wow.
They'll do just fine without the Roblox. P-ing. Is that your real name? I don't think so, right?
Well, a lot of people on the chat have been making remarks, but I wasn't because I didn't know.
I don't know either, but, you know, all right. Andrew is with us today.
Yes, AUPH is up. I'm still down overall.
I actually bought it like the other day, really on the cheap. I pulled the Jigsy. So I have some AUPH that I'm up 12% on.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Either diamond hands or you can just sleep in like I did.
Very good move. The cabinet guy,
right.
Cabinet guy had very good timing, adding in the tens as PSFE recovered a full point from
I've
that.
been monitoring this one, yeah.
So that was very good timing, Cabinet guy. The gravestone doji is when. All right, I'll explain it on the show.
Yeah, you were talking about that on the tweets, on the twits.
Yeah. Well, the gravestone doji. When I saw that on the charts yesterday, I bought after hours the what is it called? SDOW, SDOW, 3 times short the Dow. So I cleaned up. I made 10% on my money overnight.
Oh, nice. So you levered up on your conviction to hedge.
Yeah,
I like it.
I really went overboard, which for a change was a good
Smart.
move.
because my VIX did a little bit, but nothing like that.
All right, so P-ing cleared things up a little.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's tandem.
And,
Tandem is
Yeah, I know.
waiting a long time to get back to that 100.
At 100,
The elusive
I had
100.
to bail.
Another one that's waiting a long time to reach that 100 is AMD. Real tease.
Sava, I'm into that still.
Yeah, AUPH, I think, was an excellent pickup the other day. I did pick it up. I did not pick up Sava, though.
Yeah, I've been a long time holder of these
I
guys.
I sold all my Chinese stocks. I got tired of it.
So you dumped the Chinese Qs, the CQQ?
I dumped the Chinese Qs. I dumped the Tencent. I dumped Alibaba a while ago.
What about XPEP?
Instead, what I did is like what Dan did, started buying stuff I already own. I added to start the remaining portfolio. So that's similar to Dan. I called this, Jiggly. I told everybody I knew that $1,000 yearling is not beating $1 million yearling in the Derby. That Bob Baffert is juicing. He's giving them a milkshake, an undetectable milkshake. So he's probably been doing this for a long time. The man should be suspended for life. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but it also taints the jockey who we actually like.
No, the jockey doesn't get tainted. He had no idea. What do you think? He told Baffert, give him a milkshake? Johnny
No, I mean, I'm just saying now he's associated, and that gets rid of one of his wins.
Yeah, it gets rid of one of his wins, but it's not the jockey. It's Baffert. Johnny R is a very, very honorable guy.
That's what
Most of the jockeys making lots of money, and they're doing it the honest way. The trainers are a little skeezy, some of them. It's funny, the same thing happened with Dick Dutrow with that horse that looked like he was going to be a Triple Crown winner, and he had a bad, threw his shoe in the Belmont.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one, yeah.
Dick Dutrow got suspended for life. I think they should do the same thing with Bob Baffert. All right, so do you want to take a look? I'm going to refer everybody to the 1-minute video short that I did on PSFE for perspective. But we're going to look at PSFE fresh today. So let's get started.
Cool. Yeah, I got about 20, 25 minutes. So
I'm going to start with. We'll start with what do you want me to start with, Arjun?
I mean, I would like to see macro bio. You might have done this last week, but I haven't looked at IBB or XBI in a while. So maybe one of those, and then you can do. Yeah, then you can do whatever you want. Because BCRX, I have no concerns.
I picked up IBB. I picked up a bunch of IBB when it hit the 200. So I'm sitting with that one. So I have interest in looking at it myself.
Okay. Yeah, because it's just been moving sideways for quite a while, which doesn't bother me, but I'm trying to see what bottom is. I don't know what bottom is.
The bottom is the 200 on the IBB. I can visualize
200 for sure? Okay.
But let me see if this doggone internet will take me there. Take me to IBB land.
Calgon, take me away.
There it is.
Come on, internet. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Up 81 cents on a very iffy day.
Yeah.
A very iffy day in the month of May. On a very
iffy day I was looking at these bio candles today. They all did the same thing. There was this huge dip at the opening, and then they just shot up. Interesting.
Well,
interesting.
The S&P managed to close minus 0.87. It had been worse. The
Yeah,
Dow
that's not bad.
recovers. Dow was down over 600 at one point. Now it's down only 473, 1.36%. The Nasdaq down fractionally, and the Russell also down fractionally. So the Nasdaq did not have a bad day. Stocks like Amazon did okay. So it was a mixed market, even though the Dow got creamed. And I will point out that doji that I'm talking about after this chart. We'll do the chart of the Dow Jones Industrials next. First, let's look at the chart of the IBB, iShares Nasdaq Biotechnology ETF. Up 0.55% on the day, not bad. Okay, so you notice how many hits of the 200. 1 held, 2 held, 3 held, 4 held, 5 dipped below and held. Today started out below and finished above. So the 200.
My question is the low from today below that low on that March super, that big
let's look.
Yeah, because that was the thing I was interested in. So 142.47.
142.47. It didn't get that far down.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I just didn't want to see that taken out. Okay.
143.05 was the low.
Okay.
I bought it on this dip. I don't remember what I paid for it, but I'm making a few bucks. I think I paid, I don't remember. Why guess? Let me see.
145-ish?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Whatever the 200 was at that day, because I put in a good till cancel on it. And I picked it up. And I went I was losing money at the open. But, I should have added more. I should have pulled the jigsy and added more.
Yeah.
But I think I'm okay. I think Biotech's had a beautiful reversal, just as indicated by the IBB. So early morning weakness on Biotech was reversed, and most of my Biotechs ended in the green. Interesting day, and that's what man means by a ping pong day, because we're mainly Biotech traders here. Although we're interested in everything. Any way we can make a buck, we're interested in, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that true?
It's true. So yeah, okay, it looks like there's nothing to worry about here, but there isn't real recovery yet either.
I wouldn't say there's nothing to worry about, but right now it's doing what it should be doing.
Well, I guess
and still support.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was just concerned that it was making new lows, but I'm glad that
There's still something to worry about, because that gravestone doji on the Dow is ominous, and it could ultimately bring everything down with it. So I want to look at the Dow. I mean the chart. I should have done my homework and look at other gravestone dojis at the top. Invariably, from memory, the Dow is down between 3 and 20%. Huge difference, but it's been down every time. Never has it been ignored, the gravestone doji. That's why I loaded up on the S-Dow. I mean, I didn't look back for more than 3 years, but that's enough. And if you followed this show for a long time, you will have heard me talk about gravestone dojis before. In the Dow, how I don't like them. They scare the dickens out of me, especially when they come at the very top of a bull market, especially a very long bull market like we currently have. Now I say 3%. This is a gravestone doji right here on 318, and I think we hit the 3%. We made a low of 32.07, and the high of the day that day was 33,227. That's significantly more than 3%. So yeah, let's see any other places that we have a great. These are not gravestone dojis. Here we have one. It's not a new high. I'm mainly concerned when it's at a new high, like this one. Here we have a gravestone doji at a fresh new high. The doji occurs, the cross occurs at the bottom, so it looks like a gravestone or a monument or whatever you want to call it. There are other names for it. I call it a gravestone doji. There are other names for these candles. I don't know every name for every candle, but I call this a lookout below candle. When I see this, I immediately go to the Estau and place my bets. So I did just that after the market closed because I didn't catch this earlier until the market closed, and then I bought it at what was the price? $4.22 in the after hours. And sold it at not the optimal. I sold it at 455 or 6. So I didn't do bad. I could have done better on that Estau, but I'm not going to chart the Estau. I just wanted to point this out to you that we're not done. I think at this point there's more to go. Even though it recovered halfway, I think there's much more to go on the downside.
Interesting.
I think we could get a dip all the way back to the March candle here.
Yeah. So what you're basically saying is, let's look for that 50-day as a potential worst case scenario in the short term.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't do a horizontal line.
Yeah. This is interesting. I mean, I see what.
It's interesting. As long as you're not heavy into Dow stocks.
Yeah, I'm not, but yeah, it's good. It's good to learn from something. Yeah.
It's all. Notice this line is also at a major support level from all the way back in February. Two major highs back to back are hitting that particular line, which is 32,071. That would be a significant drop, 32,071, but not out of the question in my mind. I think there's a reasonable chance that we get back down there. If not, well, you're saying that's also at the 100. Is that what you were remarking?
That's the 100 right there.
Well, I was saying the 50. I was saying the 50.
Oh, it's at the 50.
No. I was saying the 50 is what I'm looking for, but
you
yeah.
have places to look. At the 50, you get scared, and at the 100, you get terrified.
It could certainly stop at the 50. It's got a history of testing that 50.
Yeah, that's why I said that. It hasn't dipped below it significantly in a while, but it could.
Also, you have some support right around here, right around that 33.
Yeah.
33.5, around there, 700 points lower.
Yeah, I'm going to look for that first, which is that'll be around the 50. That'll be around the 50.
700 points more makes sense, I think. That would be like, what would that be altogether in percent?
That's not much. That's
4 or 5%.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's a reasonable pullback. So I would say that also is coinciding more or less with the 50 by the time it gets there,
Gotcha.
So basically we're talking about the same area of support, more or less. And if it breaks that area of support, then I'm looking at the 100, right around there, which is the same as the low of March something or other. Let's see what day that's the day you're talking about.
I think it's still all this year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that March day, that might have been when you called the low.
Friday, March 25th. Anybody got a calendar?
That was the day.
No, I think it was the day when you called the bottom live on the air.
Yeah, on the cues. I went heavily into
It was a
cues.
Thursday. Yeah, I remember. That was the Thursday where you called the bottom. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. So I want to look at some of our usual usual suspects. Like BCRX and ATHX.
Yeah.
And some
Yeah, I
of
wasn't on last week, but nice run up for BCRX.
you want to look at BCRX?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
We should do VBIF before.
All right, I'll do VBIB first.
Oh yeah, this one. Ugh.
We had a request for this one.
Yeah, this one. The only thing I've been doing here is selling July puts. Otherwise, I'm just holding my shares. This one's just gonna take a while.
Yeah, I bailed
It's
on
not a
this
fun
one
week
a while ago.
But I mean, I still love it. I mean, I just don't. The chart I hate, but I love the fun.
You have a nice recovery candle, which is, like you say, very similar to a lot of bios, because that's the nature of the ping pong day that we had. Down in the morning, rallied back. So you actually closed with a 10-cent gain. And we were pretty low there. At one time we were low as 245. It's a big swing.
Yeah.
So you could have enjoyed some hefty profits just day trading this guy today.
Yeah, I sold puts at the bottom, but yeah, I mean, it's still lower highs, lower lows. Like, ugh,
Yeah.
it's ugly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, the fundamentals haven't changed. Nothing's changed. You gotta figure out how you want to play it. That's all.
You got a pretty good premium selling it at the bottom.
Yeah, yeah.
So you did good in that respect.
Yeah. But I don't blame anyone that wants to get rid of this in the short run and come back.
I'm out for a while.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm looking for a re-entry.
Yeah.
I will be back. It's just now I'm out.
Yeah, you'll get one probably within a month or two.
The weekly shows class support at this very, 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 very important turning point back in November 9th. So the week of November 9th, the low is 207. If it gets down there, I'll be buying with quite vigorously. I mean, you could get down there if the market sells off big time now.
Yeah.
So not could, it will. So if this is a real big sell-off, bigger than what I indicated even, when looking at the Dow chart, then it'll get down there, along with a lot of other things will be down significantly. For now, it's holding the support on a down sloping 200. It's better than not holding support, right? It has a beautiful recovery candle for the week.
Yep.
Very nice recovery candles for Monday and Tuesday, right? Weekly.
Yeah. But yeah, this one is just at the mercy of macro because management refuses to share anything until they want to. So it's just a leaf in the wind.
I tell you, I get some solace from seeing the support at the 200, even though it's a slight slope down. It's a very slight slope down. So the fact that it's pretty solid support, the way it bounced off of the 200 today, gives me solace. And maybe the next time it touches that 200, I will nibble.
Okay.
That's how I look at it. You got time for BCRX before you hop on?
Yeah, I got 10 minutes actually, so I could do a couple.
All right, BCRX.
Yeah. Ooh, I loved that earnings call. Oh my. So good. So good.
Yeah, you mean the BCRX earnings you're talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah. Viva, they don't make any money, so whatever.
You were actually calling for them to beat all along. You said they were going to beat.
Yeah, I knew they were gonna beat. I just had no idea by how much because they were doing this program where they were getting the pills in patients' hands very quickly, but they're not recognizing the revenue until they deal with the insurance. And so I wasn't sure if there'd be a big backlog, but estimates were 4 million and they got 11. So I mean, they crushed it.
Look at the slope of the new trend line since earnings.
Love it.
Let's keep that up. That's
Yeah,
all
I mean, I'm very bullish on Q2 now, seeing what Q1 had. I think anyone who doesn't like this has 3 months to figure out why they don't like it, because I don't really get it.
1424 should be taken out. I think.
I agree. Sometime before the next earnings call, I think.
If the market doesn't collapse, this one should be 15, 16, 18, a number like that by the next earnings call.
Yeah, a couple of people in the audience are looking for a suggestion on when to get in.
When to get in on this?
Yeah.
Interesting. I would wait. If you go to the daily, I think there's some support that I saw in the like 1070s. I think you're on the weekly now.
Yeah, I'm on the weekly.
That's about.
Yeah.
That's about
I think I saw it was either.
Just to be safe.
Yeah, I think it was. What was the one that I liked? Oh yeah, the red line. The 100 might end up coming into play.
No, I would get in on the next pullback to the trend line. It started where it started off the day.
Right.
So the low of the day, 1122, is definitely even higher because the next time it hits that trend line will be higher.
Very interesting.
I would be looking to enter on a pullback to the trend line. Let's say it takes this long, it would be 1150. Somewhere around there, wherever it hits that trend line again, that's where I would enter.
Wow. You're even more bullish than I am on this one, and I thought I was like hyper bull. I like it.
The chart is very bullish. What am I supposed to tell you?
No, I like. Yeah, this is why I come on and talk to you.
It's one of the
technicals.
Best biotech charts you can find because biotech.
Very nice.
But
very nice.
This one is bucking the trend. It's a trend bucker.
Awesome.
So it looks very good. Very good.
Okay. So you're saying entries in the mid to high 11s.
Yeah. Figure it might take a few days. Let's say it takes.
That's where I sold last. That's the trend.
It takes a week.
I better get in before I start losing money.
Well, you're not fully out, Spike, right?
Of course not.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be breaking news. That would be front page New York Times.
I trimmed before earnings and got fooled.
That's fine. I mean,
something I seldom do, and that's let it all ride. On this earnings call, I did something. I forget what I did, but I got out of shares and into calls. But essentially, I'm letting it all ride.
That's awesome.
I pulled out a few grand. Nothing much.
Right. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
So
I think this will be next.
Bullish BCRX. Dr. J and Dr. J and Arjun and Professor Spike and Erod all in the same breath.
Yep. This is my largest position. I'll be transparent. BCRX.
You rattle teacups over this one all the time.
Who else is in this one big? Godfather Frazier. To name a few.
Yep, and all my buddies from high school are also.
We need before Biotech, we need ATHX, Dr. J. Got this.
Yeah, I'll stay on. I'll stay on for this and then head out.
Well, let's take one
Like-
quick peek at Biotech because I clicked already.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll stay on for 2 then.
Jigsy bought on the bottom, and
Smart.
just above the if you but the problem is they don't take out a bullhorn and announce where the bottom is. That's the problem. But Jigsy sniffed it out. He said, I'm bottom hunting. And he looks like he came up with it. Maybe he saw this line in my chart, right? Said, oh, it hit Dr. J's line and it hit the 200. I'm buying. There we go. And what Jigglypuff wants is a total V-shaped recovery here, right, Jiggy? Jiggly? A V-shaped recovery? That would be nice. This is basically
We're not really still whining over having dumped out of PCRX for now.
okay.
I don't think his attention's on Dermatology.
I think that he's got a good chance to make money on the rebound on Dermatech. I might very well add myself. It didn't catch the bottom, but if I get another green candle tomorrow, I'll be adding. I'm in it to win it on this one. This is one of my biggest holdings.
You know something? Yeah. I mean, in terms of you've been talking about this for a while, and if anybody wants to actually jump in, looks like now's a good time.
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
I'm not going to spend too much time on Dermtech, but they came out with an improvement to their PLA, pigmented lesion assay, or their smart patch, whatever you want to call it. That makes it like better than a biopsy. To me, it's a no-brainer, but then again, sometimes I feel like I have no brain, so.
Well, then that's perfect for you.
I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, it's just your opinion. It's
No
just your
brainer, buy it because you have no brains, or buy it because it's obvious. So I don't know. By the way, our opinions are strictly our own, right? And do not constitute investment advice. And people should check with an advisor before acting. And most important of all, everyone should subscribe because that's what our show is all about. That's how we make money, right? We make tons of money on subscriptions.
That's how we make the big bucks.
We're getting rich. Who needs to trade? We just count our subscriptions. But no kidding aside, please, we appreciate it if you subscribe and give us that thumbs up, right?
Yep.
The thumbs up.
Please.
Because the thumbs up just makes us feel good. That's all that does. I think it does more than that. On searches in Yahoo, you get a lot of thumbs up. They move you up on top of the page.
Yeah, SEO. Yeah.
Yeah, so we appreciate those thumbs up. What were we going to do? We're going to end.
I think Atherosis. Yeah, and then I'll head out after this.
Are we ending with this, or is this just because of Arjun?
No, I mean we can do whatever we want, but I'm interested in Atherosis.
Yeah, no, I'm very.
We have plenty of requests to have to go through.
Yeah, I have no position here. I've been waiting forever, and I don't know when I've ever.
Big turnaround candle. I was not intimidated. I didn't sell any. I've been buying. I don't care where it goes. I'm buying because I'm in it for ischemic stroke. Only buying at these lower levels just brings my average down. So for me, I'm throwing away the chart on this one. I'm not interested in even looking at the chart because I'm in it to win it, just like Dermtech. So, I mean, I may not be totally objective, but let's look at the weekly. It broke some key support today, I believe. Yeah, it broke this key support level, but the good news is it finished just about even with it. So what is this key support? 153 is key support level. It went down as low as 140 today. So it could really broke it, but look at the finish, 155 above that key support. So, you know, it's a nice candle. fortunately, many of Biotech's candle like that. And I can't recommend it technically, but I could recommend it fundamentally. Because technically it looks pretty bad as it gets. If a complete break of this 150, of this support area would imply a test all the way down here, would imply probably, well, maybe not there. Yeah, probably to the lows.
The bottom of that green candle.
Yeah, I mean, it could go down to $1.13 again. This is possible. I mean, I will get upset because I still own lots of shares and I'll be adding on the way down. Something you shouldn't do, but you gotta take. My figure is, for me, I'm taking a shot one way or the other.
Yeah, it's conviction.
Yeah, I'm taking a shot on this one. I could change my mind at any given day, any given moment, and sell it all. I mean, I'm capable. But for now, I feel like I've been in it 8 years. I'm going to stick with it. It's not a good way of thinking, but it's human nature, and I'm only human. I'm not a trading machine. So. I'm letting my emotions dictate my actions.
Sometimes it seems like you're a trading machine, but maybe not right now.
Look at this.
I'm still, when he says he's not human, I'm like, aren't you superhuman?
I said I'm only human, right? 142 is the high back here on the weekly. Where is back here? 2020, January 2020. So we went back to January 2020 to find support. We found support here at January 13th, and more support here at January 27th. So yeah, we're at support. If we go through this, it looks like 113 is in the bed.
Oh shit! I gotta go, but I'll talk to you guys Friday.
Thank you for joining us. What about PaySafe? Speaking of terrible hit.
We have a couple more requests that we can go through. We have time. But yeah, I'm interested in PaySafe.
Yeah, I mean, this is the monthly.
This was very hurtful.
This is the weekly. Let's look at the daily.
Well, that's even more hurtful.
It's an ugly candle today.
Yeah. Well, see, when you did your analysis, that was that green candle, and then it went up above the 9-day. And so it was like, oh, okay, that went above the 9-day. And then whack.
Not drawing this right. Let me pull this down a little bit. What I drew on the 1 minute short that I did the other day, I wanted to replicate that. It's not easy to replicate these lines.
Right.
I might have to show my YouTube presentation.
For people to it. There you go.
Look at how many touches all along as resistance and as support.
Right.
We even touched it today. It's amazing. This line has been so many touches. What a trend line this is. Of course, it's in the wrong direction.
Of course.
But what a trend line.
Yeah, and then you're right. You drew the other one straight across, and then, all right, as far as the channel.
So we have a channel. This is not exactly what I drew the other day, but it's give you the same idea.
Right.
So we broke out of that channel, but then we hit the 14 resistance, and let's just draw that in, and it started to another downward channel. So this 14 area was tough resistance.
Right. Right. That was the thing. The question was whether or not we were going to break out of that.
Look at how many hits we have on that 14 level. We know
we got faked out.
We know where resistance is. We know where the support was. And now we're right back in that channel. Look at this.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good when a stock that when a merger takes place with a SPAC through a SPAC, and you miss on your first earnings report when you're a real company, not a moonshot company, but a company with strong fundamentals, you don't want to miss on your first earnings report.
Right.
You get punished, and that's what happened. But of course, it's a gaming play, online gaming. So when online gaming grows stronger and stronger, as it will, as more and more states come online, this thing should go up, not down. So I think it's got the online gaming market cornered right now, at least the offshore. Offshore was all alone with it, NetTeller. But I suppose it's a payment method for all these online gaming things, casinos, whatever they are.
Right.
Sports betting. All right, so the fundamentals are very strong on this, just like it is on DraftKings and Penn. You want to look at Penn or DraftKings?
DraftKings for a sec, because that's on the list. Well, it's on my list anyway. It's not on your list.
I bought the other one today. I added
Penn because Penn took a bit of a hit, but so did DraftKings. And
so I didn't add to my DraftKings because I have a lot of it.
No, DraftKings is on a free fall right now. It's very, very upsetting. Because I even averaged down, like you said, averaging down while it's still a falling knife is not very much fun.
No, you get knifed.
Yeah.
You can get cut pretty badly.
Indeed.
Trying to catch that falling knife. Those who caught it at the bottom today did pretty good, though, right?
Wow.
The absolute bottom looks like, what is that? I can't see. 34.90?
Yeah.
That looks like great support. If it gets, it shouldn't get down there, but you never know.
Well, yeah.
I don't think it'll get down now. The problem with DraftKings is it's not showing any earnings. It shows great revenues, but I don't know what their overhead is in advertising and promotions and whatever they're spending it on. So they have to wait also to get earnings, meaningful earnings. I think more and more states have to come online. And they will. Right now,
partnerships.
Right now, DraftKings, I think, is mainly in Jersey, Nevada, maybe. I don't know what states are in. Illinois.
You're talking about in terms of casinos or in terms of sports betting?
Sports betting.
Yeah, I mean, it's as far as its legality, yeah, but
it's not only sports betting, fantasy, whatever they do.
Right.
Fantasy is legal in more states than sports betting. They just make a distinction. At least New York does, right? New York says it's legal.
It has to do with whether or not skill is involved. If it's purely random, then it's gambling. If there's skill involved, then it's not.
Yeah. Well, I think there's skill involved in sports betting too. I don't know.
Well, presumably modulo good spreads, it should still be 50-50. And if that's the case, then it's not, then it is gambling.
But there's no such thing as a perfect spread. You got to be smarter.
Just like there's no such thing as a perfect price on a stock.
Right. I don't know. To me, it's skill. There's skill involved. It's a game, and there's skill involved.
Like I said, that's their way into getting legalized.
Right. I just don't agree with it.
Sort of like this casino that we're playing with right now, the stock market.
Yeah. Well, The thing. Anytime there's big money involved, there's also a crooked angle involved. People try to make money dishonestly as opposed to honestly, and that hurts the market too. There's always people trying to, scam. What was that big? The Enron comes to mind. Right?
Yes, indeed.
Enron was a disaster.
Now, so in terms of this one. Again, we still seeing a falling knife, or there's no. I don't see anything to say that we're stabilizing.
Well, let's look at the trend line on the weekly.
Okay.
It's still touching. I would have liked to see a close above it, but it didn't.
Right.
It doesn't look like in the weekly that it's. I would have, like I said, I would have liked to see it close above this line, but it didn't.
Right.
If it separates from this line, it looks like it goes right down to this $34 level, and maybe as low as $27.50. That would be the ultimate buy. $27.50. You got to come in with mortgage your house.
But the thing is that. I'm looking at when the Super Bowl was, because the Super Bowl was the big doldrums. That's that green candle over there. And so, yeah, you're talking about that these lows are right where we were still not having sports except for some football here and there.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I'm hoping that's not the environment we're in.
There was a hunger for sports betting because there was nothing else to do while you were waiting for quarantined in your house.
Right.
Now people can actually go to the casinos. They don't have to rely on online gambling.
That's true.
That's why Penn might be better because they own casinos as well.
Right.
They have
and EBRI is also brick and mortar.
Yeah. So this one closed up $2 on the day, whereas DraftKings did not have such a stellar performance. Did it? I don't remember. I just looked at it. I don't remember.
Right.
But it had a nice candle for the week. This is actually for the week. Let me go back. Let me go back to the day. I don't know my days from my weeks. Well, it also was very much like DraftKings in free fall. Yeah. But today, at least it closed above the 200 or at the 200. Has a solid green candle, which is encouraging. So, I don't know. You know, if you want to take a shot at it, maybe. Let's look at that.
So this is where you're putting your money instead of DraftKings.
I did not take a big gamble with it. I wet my toes with it.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, look, it's based on the hundreds that we were seeing before. It's at a bargain, just like Tandem.
Yeah, I think this has got a similar problem to DraftKings. Well, I think it's off the trend line. Let's see if we start from way back here, what we can draw.
Right, still way off.
I'm on the horizontal. Yeah, I want to draw a line. Okay.
Right.
I can cheat and lower it a little bit, but it'd still be on.
No, that's cheating. I don't see that. Right?
I'm not really cheating because it's a hit right here the day before, the week before. This is a better than before. So unlike DraftKings, it didn't get above the trend line. This one did manage to close above the trend line. And what is this? A 50 that it's sitting at?
Yes.
Bounced off the 50. You know, this chart is much better looking than DraftKings.
Okay.
You have the 9 above the 50, above the 100, above the 200, hit the 50 and bounce. The weekly is quite good, encouraging. I mean, not quite good, but encouraging. Well, let me look at DraftKings again on the weekly. I don't remember the averages, how they looked. DraftKings on the weekly, the averages. The 9-day is above the 50, but it went right through the 50. No support there.
Very
There's
good.
no 100 because it's too new. No 100 weeks. It's not. The merger is less than 100 weeks.
Right.
Less than 2 years. So there's only a 50, a 9 and a 50 to look at, and it's gone through the 50, and it's way below any trend line support on the weekly. So yeah, not way below. I drew the line right here, right?
Yeah. Well, it seems like both of them are in bad shape for now.
Yeah. Did I have any others listed or any other?
Well, you have a request for SELB, SELB, and a lot of people want to talk about a Novus.
Novus is one that we visit all the time, so let's look at a Novus. A Novus Sava. Well, on the weekly, it looks pretty good. Came roaring back. Must have had some good news.
Right. Today was a good day for it.
Must have good news on the study. I'm guessing. Must have been data news about the data, because this is a very nice jump. Even though Bio had a decent day, this had an amazing day.
Well, this is a week still, so it's had a good week.
Yeah, I would think there was very positive data. If you want to look.
Yeah, no, there's been good news of this lately.
Yeah. So we're in the weekly. Let's take a look at the daily, see when the good news occurred. Probably today.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. So whatever happened yesterday or late. I'm assuming it's.
I jumped back into this recently, but I don't think I made money when that happened.
Well, you must have. If you got back into it recently, you must have got back in lower.
Yeah. It gets mixed in with the big money that I had back over there.
Yeah.
So on one of my lots I did okay, and then the other lot I'm still down.
I don't know what the news is, but whatever it is, it must have been pretty doggone good.
Yeah, something promising in one of their studies.
Yeah, probably the phase 2 data that they were waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Can you take a quick look?
I can.
Yeah, being that we're here, I'm curious what the news was on a Novus. I could take a look myself, I guess.
Yeah, well, we'll see which one of us gets to it first.
All right.
Yeah, well, stock
Trading high, not seeing any company-specific news to justify the price action in the low float stock.
Right.
There's a patent granted on the 6th, but that's meaningless. So it's moving on no news. It's moving on rumor, anticipation of positive data, I would think. So it's moving because it was oversold. How's that for a reason?
Yeah. Okay.
The RSI is currently 62, right? Closer to overbought than oversold, but it probably had been oversold.
Well,
let's
a lot
see
of
the
thought so.
RSI is 47 back here. It doesn't look terribly oversold by the RSI. But it went. Look at that long dropping the
Yeah.
knife, falling knife.
Yeah, I love that one.
But what you have here is a cup and handle formation that started. It looked like it was starting a cup and handle, but it kind of it doesn't look like it anymore with this gap up. No pullback, no handle really.
Right.
It can't get a handle on the cup and handle. But the chart looks good based on rumor, whatever it is. Maybe it'll run. It could run up to 35.
I'm holding till the end of the year. I mean, this is one of my investments, not my speculations.
No, this. I said at the beginning of the year, this is the year of the Alzheimer's drug.
Right.
I stick by it. So, no reason to get out of this one if you have until now. Look at this. It hit it right up against support, resistance. Back here in the 5th of April, the high was $30. It hit the $30 and backed off. If it breaks 30, I think I say 35 next time. So let's see if it can break 30. Being that we're doing AD stocks, let's stick to the theme.
Okay.
Sava. Sava didn't act quite as nice as Novus, but it didn't get killed quite as bad as a Novus. All right, so the 100, I believe it's sitting at, it was support, bounced off the 100. I think almost any time now is a good time to buy Sava.
Yeah.
So it's at support. At the 100 is support. The chart is a little off. You want the 9 above the 50, but so what? The chart is basically bullish. The 50, the 100, the 200. We're trading above the 100, not above the 50. I wanted to get back up above the 50, which is at $50. Then it looks like it has a lot of room to come back to big numbers, 80s. This one could get propelled. Any kind of good news will send Novus, Sava to the moon. Any type of good news. And finally, I'm not going to do AVXL because I just don't feel like it. But I want to do Denali.
Denali, right. I bailed out of that one.
I'm back in it.
Are you?
I don't remember what price, but it's lower than.
Oh, look at that. Smart man.
I think I bought it yesterday or the day before. I don't remember. I don't know. I think I'm up a little bit. Nice candle today. It was another one that looked like it was in free fall off the top. From April 29th, the top was 63.95. And I must have bought it yesterday in the 52 area, something like that. So I'm up a couple of points. I like the candle though, because it totally engulfed that gravestone doji. The gravestone doji at the bottom of a descending, at the bottom of a descent doesn't mean anything. It's only at the top of a bull market that it means something. All right, so I'm bullish Denali to the extent that I'm making money on it. I want to be more bullish if it takes out the 200, takes out the 50, then we're talking. So right now, I might be out of it before you can say Jackie Robinson because I took a stab with it. What else?
We have a request for sell, and then we can say goodbye to people.
All right, fair enough.
Wow.
it's like so many other bios in a terrible downtrend turnaround candle today. We just have to wait to see how tomorrow is with all of these. We want another green candle that'll finish, let's say, higher than the day before. Take out 313, and then you can buy this one. I need more proof, and not only on this one, but a lot of them.
Right.
So we did good. Did we do good?
I think we did okay.
We did. I think we
you know,
did a thumb. Did this today a 1 thumbs up day or a 2 thumbs up day?
We'll say 1, only because we had a little disagreement over whether or not this was a good or a bad day. And most of the people in the audience are talking about BCRX.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah. Indubitably, one of the longest usernames I've ever seen joined us.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Yeah. Dan is pumping up. He's pumping up his position in BCRX if it comes back.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know if he's still in it right now, but he's looking to get back in, maybe.
Right.
Well, that's not much below where it closed. A lot of conversation going on, which is good. So
Yeah.
Dr. J, Professor Spike, Dr. Arjun, coming to you from various places in the United States of America. Yankee fan, Met fan, Pittsburgh Pirates fan.
Pirates, right.
Biotechnology fan.
Yes, and actually 3D printing today.
Have a great Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we'll see you on Friday. Don't forget to subscribe, tell your friends about us. Hasta luego.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.